Okay, guys. A lot of plays this week. Um, I guess my disclaimer for the whole thing here is that this huddle film isn't awesome. So some of these I have jumped over to the Your Live event feed to get a little bit more stable look at it, and some of these are just a little bit for from memory here. Um, okay, this opening kickoff. Um, if you saw the Minnesota thing from last week. He talked about being ready at the opening kick, which I said as well in our pregame. It's really hard to see, but I remember feeling like I missed a block in the back right away. I think it's right here. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what we got here. I should have got this. I think this is probably Cam's area as well. Um, I'm not sure that that's the block either. I thought the guy ended up on the ground, but like I said, that this is. I mean, if it's that end one, that's not very big. So I don't know, and not really sure that he hit him in the back. Maybe I don't know. Like I said, a lot of these aren't the greatest, and the Eurolive event feed on this one doesn't really have it either. But just for future, let's get. I mean, we got to be ready on the first play of the game. I had that um, kid in the Valley City Lisbon game that I probably should have flagged and didn't see that at all. This one I had a funny feeling I missed something, but didn't flag that one as well. This one, nothing to really watch here. I just wanted to display Nick's athleticism here. Michigan's got nothing on you, buddy, except just a couple yards. You pulled up a little bit, taking care of those hammies, but he only beat you by a couple. Okay, then the ensuing kick here. Jamestown really wanted a hold on some of these. I'm not sure I see it. Um, I think he gets bull rushed, and I'm not even sure he pulls him down. I think he just falls. Maybe I mean he might. I really hate calling a hold on this. Nobody's got it either. Like I'm as soon as this guy doesn't get hit, I'm locked right here. So I don't really know who's gonna see that. He probably pulls him down on top of him. Tough one for us to get in 5 man the way we set up though. How did the center? I think this might have been the one that he was that he. Maybe it's the next one that you guys end up chirping Ryan, but I don't know what happened to him. He didn't get hit on initial surge. I have no clue. I got a lot of plays, so let's get moving here. 45. This is a good no call. Jake, this is one where we radioed over to you earlier, or they asked how do we not have pass interference, all that contact. The Euro event shows it better, but like that's a ton of contact and all offensively initiated. So a really good job of like seeing the whole play, seeing the whole thing for what it's worth. Next play, this happens a ton. Whenever 88's in the backfield, he's leaning a lot. We got to get this called. That's not good. It's not crazy, but it's very consistent when they're in this formation, especially. But whenever he's kind of lined up at wing, he's moving almost every play. There's also, I wonder if that's a hold or if it should be a hold. I mean, definitely locks on, and then I mean, eventually ends up on the ground. So um, the that's I mean, kill it first. Then that engagement. I mean, he's on the outside of him. His head's on the outside though, so I mean, I'll give him that. He's fighting his hips, but now that when this guy starts to fight back, I mean that I think we got to call that. From where it starts, gosh, I mean, probably the wing. Nick, you might have a peek. I got nothing. So I mean, Jake, if you got it, great. If you, I mean, it could be one that we just can't get to, but I think the way he initiates, um, is probably one we got to stay on. Like it's suspicious right away. That kind of wrap. I mean, he's also better than him. So I mean, getting beat up isn't necessarily, or beating up a kid isn't necessarily a penalty, but that one doesn't look great. Okay, 52. I think here we're talking communication more than anything. Kim, this is your flag for pass interference. I don't have it here. So I mean, so certainly the kid that caught the ball. I don't like your flag comes out at about the 15. So I'm wondering if you flag something before the ball's in the air, because once the ball's in the air, like he just let go. Okay, so once the ball's in the air, when pass interference restrictions start on the defense, I don't see anybody touch anybody. Okay, so I don't know how we have pass interference. What you could have had is a hold someplace here. I'm not so sure I got that either. Got to be right there, potentially right there. One of those two. So I think the way you guys split this up, I think Cam is on this outside and Nick's probably on the inside. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the way you're splitting them up. So you could have had a hold right here. I'm with you on either of those. So it's not so much. I mean, I don't love the penalty. Then, Cam, if you remember your explanation when I came up and talked to you, was you started to get really wordy about if this player did this number at whatever distance. I don't need any of that. All I need is pass interference number 22 or whatever it is, of holding before the ball's in the air on number whatever 60 or I don't know what that guy was. The numbers don't make any difference, but like I need pretty clear, like, and be concise. So like you're stammering, and I probably put the words in your mouth. Said, "Do you have pass interference?" And you said yes. So I really just need what I have a hold on number 3, hold before the ball is in the air. I have a hold on whatever. But I can't fill in those blanks for you. You got to have that when you come to me. So when that flag hits the ground or when you pull it, you got to be able to um, spit back to me what you had. That's 52, 58. This is ticky tack here, guys. But you were really good at being synced up last year, and now you're just off of half a beat. So I don't know if you guys need to spend some more time together and vibe a little bit or what. But let's get your signals synced up a little bit. We're moving pretty quick here. We're good. Down to 77. Okay, this I don't love. It's hard. Like we're probably a little bit out of hand here. We're just before halftime. Um, this has got to get called, and it has to be the wings. Ryan's out of there, and I'm really locked in on the center on the snap because I mean you can see we have a guy in the A gap here, and the gap's okay, but if he ends up slanting at him, then we have a big problem. So I'm going to be locked right here. So any movement, offense or defense, has to be coming from a wing. I think we could have either side here. So we have a little hesitation and or a little kick here, and eventually a jump. We had a little head bob over here, and then a little one on Cam's side, bigger one on Jake's side. Okay. So watching at full speed, it's not as bad. I saw it during the game, and I remember talking to Jake about it midstream. Um, you have guard and tackle on your side. Yep. So we got to get that one. So let's kill that. You never know. I mean, you back them up 5. Maybe they end up going for 2 and don't get it. I mean, it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of this game. But I think from a larger perspective, we had a couple things on extra points here that like we need to get. I think we probably relax a little bit. We got to officiate the extra point too. I'll play at full speed once just to. It's just half beats, but it's enough that that one's got to get called. Okay, 90. This is a way better look on your live event. Um, this is that cut play where Cam and I talked about it afterwards. This is one. This is me, but this has got to get flagged. This is not a good thing. I thought we had down down, but and maybe I got the wrong play. But I searched the whole second half, so I'm pretty sure this is it. Center, guard, tackle, center, guard, tackle, tight end. So right here, he can't cut. That's a cut. So that's got to get flagged. I mean, that's illegal. That's a big penalty too. Illegal low blocks, 15 yards. Um, Absolutely me, because the. I mean, in this scenario, Cam, you probably have it too, just because there's no receivers on your side. As wings, I don't expect you guys to get this because I don't really want you being concerned if this guy's on the line or off the line. In this scenario, it's obvious he's on because I mean, you have tight end on your side because Jake's got all the bunch on his side. This really should be my call. It's a little harder if it's away from me, but either way, I mean, even if, say we flip this formation, tight ends over here, that's still one I got to get. Um, I'd love you to have an opinion on it. So this one's an easier formation for you, Cam. But either wing, I don't expect this to be your call. I feel this is me, but definitely one we need to get. I mean, it turns into something here because then it's this is a 15, 20 yard gain, and it would be first and a lot, first and 25. I mean, we'd be back in here someplace, not back here. So definitely changes the complexion of this drive, and this is early second half. Okay, 98. This one gave me a funny feeling during the game, and I maybe more present this as an awareness thing. I don't know that it needed to be flagged, but it sure did make me feel good in the game. Okay, interception, and then a tee off right at the end on the quarterback. Okay, so he hasn't moved to participate. Okay, so he hasn't moved to participate. He's also the only one that could. I mean, if this guy doesn't make this tackle, he's about the only one there. So I mean, it's hard for me to fault the defender for like. I mean, so when he turns, like he's I mean, quarterback here is a threat. I, it's also it's the quarterback. So one of those plays that I think I maybe could have had this one, and it's relatively violent. If that's not the quarterback, I don't know that he loads up like that, which makes it all the more reason to have a flag on it. If you're hitting the quarterback just because it's the quarterback, that's why the protection's there. Okay, this one is probably obvious. I mean, as being offsides on the defense, but we can't see Jake on here, so I don't really know. But whenever we have flags on both sides, I don't want you signaling right away. So I can only see Cam, so I'll pick on you. I don't want that signal right away. I want to make sure that you both have the same thing. So we both should be eye contact with me, and then just give me a little point towards the defense, and then like I'll acknowledge both of you. But we can't like it's not the case here, but it's a good time to make this example. If for some reason Jake had a flinch on this side first, and Cam's got offsides on his side, we can't have differing signals. Okay, so like I certainly don't want Cam coming in with hands on hips and Jake coming in with a travel, and meaning a false start. That's not going to make us look so good. So flag, I don't want the signal right away. If we have two flags, I don't want that signal. I want just a little point, um, kind of in front of your chest and telling me where you had it. And then because if we have both, we're gonna have to get together and figure out who wins. Okay, 114. Okay, this is the helmet play. And boys, I have watched this so many times. I, I don't know. So I think this is the guy, and it comes up as a block from our back. Okay, so I'm pretty confident, and that's got to be hand to a face right there. Not where you normally see it, right? Like it's not, and this is a tough get for us. Um, so like my bet is I was making sure that's not a hold, and then I come back and I see the hat on the top of the head. I mean, the end of the play, like I mean, it's obvious that he is participating. That part's not in question. Is how did that helmet come off? So I mean, as we slow it down, sure, it doesn't look like a pop. It looks like hand to face mask, and then that's what rips the helmet off. So we could have easily had an offset here. And given the time of like the situation of the game, we probably should have anyway, even without seeing it. I know that's not the right way to call a foul, but I mean his helmet came off somehow. So um, I think we would have probably had better legs to stand on, but we didn't see it. So I mean it's hard to say offsetting when we didn't have eyes on how that helmet came off. During the game, I mean, who should? Well, let's back it up a little bit and see what. Yeah, that's tough because we have a threat. So I'm sure I locked back into that. Or Ryan, maybe. Cam, I'd say no, you should be moving. And you start to bail. That's about right, Cam. So opinion wise, it's really down to me and Ryan. And if either of us got lucky enough to see it, obviously we did not in this scenario. But I mean, we did the right thing. We talked it out and came up with a plan. We probably could have waited another 10 seconds and figured out a way to make that offset. Okay, I think that's it for today. So thanks, guys. Have a good week.